Get your motor running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning, heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high, I never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Get your motor running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high, I never wanna die. Born to be wild. Born to be wild.
Welcome to another Pony Express broadcast by Mark Dillon Jr. Let us start this show by bowing our heads for a quick prayer. Thank you, Lord, for another day of doing what we love. For this gathering of sim racers, and for the chance to pretend to be real race car drivers. We ask that you watch over these sim racers and their families as they gather together to enjoy the hobby of sim racing. May their spouses and children enjoy dinner, bath times, Netflix, and bedtime stories without them. May their calibration stay true, their racing rigs hold together, and their connections stay strong. May they treat each other with respect, avoid bogus black flags, and nail some green flag pit stops. May they return every night to see their friends and teammates, to click drive one more time, and to partake in the camaraderie that comes with being a part of the sim racing community. Father, we also ask that you guide and protect our veterans and their families as they make sacrifices so that we are able to spend a few hours in front of our computers trying to be like the king or the intimidator. And lastly, may we all have fun, win or lose, in your name. Amen. Now please rise and remove your hats as we join the fellow sim racer for his version of the Star Spangled Banner on guitar.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pony Express Broadcast Network, coming to you live from Bomb Squad Racing. This is the second annual Hangover 200 on New Year's Day, brought to you by brought to you by Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. Thanks for tuning in. We're live in Daytona. It's nighttime. It's a nice 70-degree day down here. Qualifying is just wrapped up, and as always, DJ Champ with the pole. I've never seen him lose a super speedway pole, and he didn't lose one tonight. Rick Craddock going to be starting on the outside front row, and from there we go down. Looks like we're going to have 39 cars taking the green flag tonight. It's a big pack. It's 80 laps at Daytona for the second annual Hangover 200. Let's see if we can get a word here from our third place qualifier, BSR Pockets, about what's on the line tonight. Pockets is in the booth. You there?
What up? Yes, I am. I am here. What's up, Mark?
So here we are, second annual Hangover 200, courtesy of Voiles Trucking. What kind of prizes are on the line tonight?
Brian and Kathy Voiles from Voiles Trucking have been gracious enough to not only be the title sponsor for this event, but offer some great prizes. They are going to give a plaque, really nice plaque to the winner. Somebody brought up the other day that that's a great prize because it doesn't take any shelf space up. You can hang it right on the wall. All 5 flavors of Drunken Cow Jerky to the winner. Second and third place will get a nice prize package of some Drunken Cow Jerky also, and WLS Graphics, Tim Scarborough, and all the fine folks over there stepped up and will be awarding an event t-shirt to the winner. I think that about covers it.
Well, it looks like you're doing something different tonight. Usually you ride around in the back, but it looks like you're starting up front.
Well, yeah, with this many people, I looked and seen how many people were in here, and my little trick won't work when there's 40 people because you don't want that last pit stall because it is tough to get in there under a green flag pit condition. So I decided to hop out there and turn a qualifying lap, and it turned out to be a pretty good one there. Actually surprised.
How surprised are you to see DJ Champ on the pole?
You know how surprised I am. I'm just surprised that I could see DJ on the start.
So what's your strategy then? Stay up front all night?
Well, it looks like I'm kind of stuck with that mark. I'm starting third, so try to just stay out there and play it out. You know, being that close to the front, it's kind of a little bit easier to pick the strategy because you should be able to stay out there, and hopefully the trouble will all be behind you. Just nail your pit stops. If you got green flag pit stops, just try to maintain that track position and see what we can come out with here. This is a relatively short race for us, 80 laps. So it's like I said earlier, the intensity is going to be pretty high right off the beginning. So we're going to see what we can do here is try to stay out front and lead some laps and hopefully be in at least one of those podium positions by the time this thing's over.
All right. Well, we see happy hour ticking down here. We'll let you get back up there, and good luck. Hopefully you don't come out of here with a hangover.
Well, I hope I don't, man. I appreciate it. Remind everybody to visit DrunkenCowJerky.com for the finest craft-made whiskey and beer soaked beef jerky on the planet. Thanks to them, Brian Voiles, everybody else. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Here we go, baby.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
So there it is, final seconds ticking off a happy hour. Looks like SS Joba, fastest car in happy hour. Running the Aero 88 mod here tonight, so a little bit of a throwback to the better days of NASCAR when beating and banging were. You could get away with that a little bit more. We'll see how much beating and banging we see tonight at Daytona. Last year, the Hangover 200 was at Talladega, so we saw a lot of 3-wide action. Daytona, you can still go 3-wide. It's not as easy as Talladega, so we'll see how much of that we see tonight.
Drivers, to your cars.
And here we go, everybody being summoned to hop in their cars down here on pit road. Pony Express pace car on hand in Florida. I want to give a shout out to Milt Minter Jr. for tonight's invocation, and Chad Goodstein / Axel Foley for the national anthem.
Drivers, start your engines!
And I suppose, since I'm up here, I gotta go ahead and make my pick on who I think is gonna win the race tonight. It's a tough pick tonight with so many cars. Roll off pit road. Yeah, look at that. 39 cars, almost a full field here. I want to keep in mind there is a 5-lap restart policy here at BSR, so if we can't cleanly complete the first 5 laps, we'll do a restart. Who am I going to go with? I'm going to go with the number 10 Adidas car of BSR Chris V for the win. He won the first ever BSR broadcast that I did. So I'm going to go with him to win the last one. Going to be looking at about 20 laps on fuel here. 3-stop race if we stay green for all 80 laps of this race. Here we go, pace cars off. DJ Champ, our pole sitter, going to lead us off to the green flag in turn number 1. Great start for DJ Rick Craddock. Not such a great start. Texan gives him a bump though. Pockets and DJ with a good run down there on that low side. Axel Foley needs to suck up to him. Looks like a lot of cars are already ditching the low line, moving to the high line. Pockets and DJ Champ going to do the same. That's going to leave Axel and Chevy down there on the bottom. Now Pockets going to drop down, try to take the lead of this race. Who's going to lead the first lap of the... Oh, and they're wrecking, so this race is not even going to count. There it is. Pocket's going to pull off, restart this race. That will be your 1 5-lap mulligan, so we're going to start it again.
Drivers, to your cars.
Here we go, drivers climbing back into their cars on pit road after that restart.
Drivers, start your engines!
case you missed it, Oklahoma just tied up the game with Georgia 38-38, 8.5 minutes to go. Winner heads to the national championship. Here we go as the sun is setting in Daytona. We've used our one race mulligan. This race will be official when the green flag flies. DJ Champ going to lead him to the start. DJ Champ immediately moves up to the high line. You see Chevy also move up to the high line. Pocket's not able to get up there this time. Who will lead the first official lap of the Hangover 200? Here comes Axel Foley, Chris V on the bottom. They need to suck up the Pockets if they're going to help him lead this race. Texan drops to the low side. He's going to drop in there behind Pockets. Coming to the line, it looks like it's going to be DJ Champ leading the first lap of this race. One down, 79 to go. Now that low line starting to pull up next to DJ Champ. In fact, they've got a run. They're pulling in ahead. Pockets trying to lead the second lap of the Hangover 200 here. Courtesy of Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. Also thanks to DrunkenCowJerky.com for putting some jerky on the line. Be sure to head over there, place your order today. Try all 5 flavors: original, hot, teriyaki, beer bacon, and ghost. As the hot car is out front, the original car is pushing him in second place. Texan and Pockets move up to the high line. Now DJ Champ gonna drop down. He doesn't want to follow anybody tonight. I know DJ Champ, and not only does he like to qualify on the pole, he likes to put a lot of tape on his car, and so he needs to be up front. He needs that fresh air. DJ Champ tends to run more tape than a lot of these guys, so he doesn't want to get back there and overheat that engine. Still 75, 76 laps to go. Pocket, your race leader. DJ Champ jumped down to that low line, but they are just fading backward. As that top line is hooked up. Look at Texan pushing Pockets there. Chevy coming into the picture. He's third. You got Steven in fourth and Larry Yeager in fifth. Looks like for the most part, all 30 cars are up here in the lead, or excuse me, not all 30, all 39 cars are in this lead pack. Looks like we got 3 wide back there in the middle of the pack. Now it drops back to 2. This lead pack is so big that it spans 2 seconds across the field. And oh, look at that, it's only a 35 car pack. We do have 4 cars who have lost the lead pack, and you saw them several hundred yards behind these leaders. You see them back there running single file, trying to maintain as much speed as they can and hope for a caution. Oh, 343 hits the apron and puts Rick Craddock hard into the wall. Caution is out. So just as we say, those 4 guys need a caution. It comes out, unfortunately, at the expense of the 22 Rick Craddock. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen. Check out these 5 flavors of drunkencowjerky.com, and we'll be right back with a replay for you. Alright, here we go, taking a look at the replay. You're going to see the 343 above a J. Just gets some of the apron there, comes up. Rick Craddock hard into the wall. Oh, it looks like we're going to have to go back further. I think that might have been Juggalo who goes around. Let's go back, take another look at this. The caution actually came out further back. It's going to be this Monster Energy car of Poor Boy, excuse me. Let's take another look at this here. So you see the action up front. People are starting to check up. And 3 wide. Poor Boy just gets tagged in the side. Gets tagged again. Gets tagged a 3rd time by Kyle there. Kyle then gets tagged. A lot of action here. Gonna be some hammer and sheet metal work on pit road. Looks like Magoo gonna stay out, lead a lap as other drivers are on pit road. If you're just tuning in, this is the Hangover 200 second annual, live from Bomb Squad Racing, courtesy of Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. We are under caution here in Daytona, lap number 8, first caution of the night. A caution at this point in the race is definitely going to change the fuel strategy of some of these guys. You see, you know, lap 8, lap 9, going to be about lap 10 by the time we take the green flag. It's a 20 lap fuel window. So if you get an extra 10 laps of fuel here by topping off, you know, that's 1 can of fuel less that you're going to have to take later on in this race. So definitely going to shake up the fuel strategy here, having a caution right in the middle of a fuel run. See a couple more cars heading down pit road. That's going to allow DJ Champ to come back up to the front and regain the lead. Looks like Les Alexander going to be starting on the outside of him. Pockets and Chevy, then Texan and Larry Yeager rounding out the front 6. Breaking news, Georgia running back. 8 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then he fumbles the ball. Gives up a 50-yard fumble return to Oklahoma for a touchdown. Oklahoma now 45-38, less than 7 minutes to go. Light's still on the pace car, so I believe it's going to be lap 11 when we take the green flag here. If you're at the back of the field, you know you're running 25th to 39th. Me personally, I would be pulling down pit road, topping off. Have that little extra splash of fuel. The biggest factor, well, not the biggest factor, a big factor in super speedway racing, which I do a lot of. Obviously, luck is the biggest factor. Skill is a very small factor, and but fuel mileage probably comes into play more than skill. But luck is definitely the #1 factor here at super speedway racing. Now the lights are out. It will be lap number 11 when we take the green flag. Scrolling through the field, we see Bubba J back in 30th place now. After having to come down pit road second time by, lose all that track position, he did claim the claim that caution, so that one is on the 343 Bubba J. See the 4 car OSR Juggalo up here in P7, running that retro Pepsi paint scheme. That looks pretty cool. Here we go, pace cars off. Green flag is out. DJ Champ with a hell of a start on the, oh wow. Oh wow, they're still flipping back there. This looks like about 7 cars made it through that. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen and go back and see how this restart just took out 75% of the field. are taking a look at the replay. You're going to see the restart. Looks like the 65 may have lost a gear, causes a big stack up, and from there, the shit gets crazy. Literally, everybody involved in that wreck except for the front 7. And it looks like Corey Williams back there in the 088. He came to a complete stop, but look at the carnage. Still cars sitting in the middle of the racetrack facing the wrong way. That may have been one of the biggest sim race crashes I have ever covered, and it happened here on a lap 11 restart. It just looked like Larry Yeager lost a gear on that restart, so really nobody's fault, but it certainly escalated quickly. Here we are back up to the pace car. Looks like our leaders have chosen to stay out. They did not pit after seeing that restart. You can see why. You definitely want to be out front and avoid all of that mess. Let's see if we can get a in-race interview here while we're under caution. Pockets back in the booth, you there?
Hey, what's up?
I think you guys just had the big one of all time.
Hey, did you see that top car on the outside? He either missed a shift or something happened to him and it just stacked all up. I'm glad I was down where I was and wasn't up there.
Yeah, it looked like Larry blew a gear there, so not, obviously not his fault, but it's as Will Ferrell would say, that escalated quickly.
Well, I didn't really see it. I just kept looking ahead, but I heard it back there. I knew when me and the car in front of me took off there, I seen that car. He was on whoever the car was on the outside line starting up front there just did not go. And I knew that was going to be catastrophic for the rest of the field. That's just part of online racing. Sometimes your equipment just doesn't work like it's supposed to, and it ends up affecting everybody else. But that's just unfortunate, but it does happen.
Yeah, it was big. I think the front 7 cars made it through. Everybody else got taken out. I think Corey Williams, who was in last place, came to a complete stop. Yeah, but there was about 30 cars in that wreck.
Well, I tell people all the time on these restarts, if you come in here expecting it to be a perfect restart, that's your first mistake, because I have never seen a restart that goes off without a hitch. I mean, you got to expect trouble and you got to be prepared for it.
So the Hangover 200, did you come in here with a hangover?
No, actually, I kind of took it easy last night, watched the ball drop, and I knew I had this big race today, so that was number 1 on my agenda, so I wanted to come in with a clear head, not a fuzzy one.
Now, Drunken Cow Jerky, what's your favorite flavor?
Well, obviously, I am the driver of the DrunkenCowJerky.com hot flavor, so hot is my favorite flavor of Drunken Cow Jerky. But they're all great. Absolutely great. It's hard to pick, but since I've got hot all over my car, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say hot.
Now, not too long ago, didn't they do a limited, didn't they do another jalapeno batch?
They did. They did some jalapeno teriyaki chicken, and every once in a while he'll get back there and put his mad scientist mask on and do his little trick back there and come up with some special limited edition flavors. So everybody, if you're on Facebook, look up Heyman's Drunken Cow Jerky LLC and like their page and follow those guys, and you'll see those. He'll make those announcements every once in a while. He has all kinds of discounts for free shipping and stuff like that. So he's always trying to give the customer something good value, good product. And follow them on Facebook, and you'll be able to see things like that, like the limited edition flavors and stuff like that he comes up with. Mark Heyman, Richard Heyman, all the fine folks down there in Dallas, Texas.
All right, well, lights are out. We'll let you get back up there. Careful shifting gears on this restart.
I hear you. I've got it tight right here. I'm going to try to be safe here and see what we can come up with.
All right, good luck.
Thanks, buddy.
Here we go. It's going to be DJ Champ on the inside, Pockets on the outside. You got Texan and Juggalo right behind them. Looks like Les Alexander retired from the race. Not sure what happened. But here we go. We're going to restart. Lap number 16. 2 cautions thus far. Pony Express pace car makes a hard left, heads down pit road. Green flag will fly. Look at how spread out the field is on that restart. Everybody taking it a little more cautious, making sure that they hit that clutch just right when they shift gears. Texan gets by Pockets, moves up to second, slides in front of him. Here comes, that's the 93 of Rick Johnson on the bottom with Quack pushing. Now here comes Pockets. He jumps to the low side. He wants to lead. DJ Champ going to cut him off. That's going to give Texan an opening on the high side to get up there and lead a lap for this race. Still DJ Champ at the line. The field really stretched out now. I think we only have an 18 car lead back. Of course, you got to keep in mind there's going to be a lot of cars with damage out there after that crazy 30 car wreck on lap number 11. Texan's got to run on the high side, and he leads his first lap of the night. He's got Juggalo, Spoiler, and Kyle pushing him up there on the high side. Rick Craddock as well. Glad to see Rick still up here in the top 10 after hitting the wall hard on that first caution. With 55 seconds left in the game, Georgia punches it in, tied at 45. Riding along in our drone camera right behind BSR Quack. He's up here in the top 8. It's Kyle Willits in the Miller Lite car on his outside. Both lines pretty even right now. take our drone and we drop the altitude, fly up closer to the front of the pack. We're right behind Pockets. Juggalo on the outside, DJ and Texan leading the race. There's the look back at the field from the nose of our leader, Texan. DJ Champo with a run on the low side. And alright, now the field has really stretched itself out. It's a 23 car lead pack. With Blake Warren bringing up the rear and Robert Bokum leading the second pack. Oh, Kyle is in the wall and they're wrecking. Caution's out. Caution is out. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen once again. Let's go back and see what happened to Kyle Willits.
Down in Texas, all of the telephone lines are down. And I've been trying to call my baby. Lord, and I can't get a single sound.
Here we go, taking a look at the replay. You see Kyle up there towards the front of the pack. A little bit of a bump gone wrong from Rick Craddock. And then the checking up begins, and from there, it's mayhem. Let's go back, take another look, see who actually made contact here. Kyle, other than scraping the wall, didn't do much. Looks like it's going to be that 49 car. Let's zoom back in on him. That's Brain Fade. Let's take a look at this. Let's head up to our helicopter view, in fact. Here we go, car start checking up. It accordions, Brain Fade off Chris V. Someone else gets him in the rear. And then a couple of other cars make contact. Oh, wow. What, let's take another look at this here and see what just happened. That was a nasty collision. That looked like full speed there into, I think, the 083. That is definitely going to be some damage. Zooming back up to our pace car, BSR Wings, he stays out. He's going to lead a lap here. Obviously, there are no points on the line. There are no bonus points. Only one person is going to take home that plaque t-shirt and all 5 flavors of Drunken Cow Jerky. That'll be the race winner of the Hangover 200. Second and third place still going to get some jerky as well. But no points, no bonus points, no leading lady laps here tonight. It is a winner-take-all Hangover 200. Courtesy of Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. Tell you one thing, that is definitely going to help out the back half of the field who had lost the lead pack. So this is going to help some drivers. It's going to hurt a couple drivers who took big contact in that wreck. Third caution of the night. We're on lap 23 here. Going to 24, we see Wings going to pull off, head down pit road. That's going to move Chris V up to the front. The number 10 car, Chris V, My pick to win the race. Once we get this race going back under green flags here, we do have a drunken cow jerky video for you to enjoy. We'll roll that as soon as we get back to green flag race. Quick college football update though. Time has expired. Oklahoma was not able to march down the field. So 45-45 heading to overtime in the Rose Bowl. Looks like we're going to be taking the green flag here, lap number 26. Yep, lights are out on the pace car. It will be lap number 26 when Chris V on the high line leads us back to green flag action. Rick Johnson on the low side. Like I said, Chris V in that 10 car. That's my pick to win tonight. Looks like it's going to be Texan and Spoiler in the second row. Juggalo Pockets, third row. P6, that's the furthest back we have seen Pockets tonight. Hopefully he can avoid any of that mid-pack mayhem that we've seen. Here we go, Pony Express pace car heads down pit road. Green flag flies, Chris V out there all by himself. Rick Johnson gonna get a push from Texan. Rick Johnson in that 93 throwback Aero 88 paint scheme out there leading the race for the first time tonight. He's going to move up to the high side. Texan and Juggalo down there on the low side, as well as the 028 Monty Keller. Once again, it looks like the field is split in half. You've got about 15 cars in one pack, 15 in the other. My guess is those 15 cars back in the second pack are probably the ones who have damage from that 30-car pileup we saw earlier in the race. Rick Johnson, your race leader up there on the high side. Pockets now in front of Texan, trying to lead the low line. Spoiler thinking about dropping down there. Chris V gonna drop down there as well. These guys know how good Rick Johnson is, so they don't want to push him. Chris V to the lead in the number 10 Adidas car. Alright, here we go. We're clean and green. Let's cut to commercial break. This is DrunkenCowJerky.com. We will be back in just a minute.
I'm Matthew JC. JC All-Stars here. This is Drunken Cow Jerky. This is the best jerky in all the land. Trust me.
It's all a lie. You feel this fight. That's just more fuel for you. Don't lose your mind. It's worth your strife. Take hold. It's all for you.
Alright, we're back. That's DrunkenCowJerky.com. Be sure to head over there and place your order today. Try all 5 flavors. I suggest beer bacon. That's my favorite. Meanwhile, Rick Johnson, your race leader, but here comes Spoiler leading the low line. Trying to get up here and lead this race for the first time tonight. Coming to the line, it's going to be 30 laps in the books. 50 laps remaining in the second Annual Hangover 200. Live from Daytona, Bomb Squad Racing. Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking putting on tonight's show. There it is. Georgia starts off overtime with a field goal. It's now all on Oklahoma. Can they punch it in to win the game? Spoiler wasn't able to make that run pay off as Rick Johnson in the high side motors back on. Rick Johnson to the lead once again. So far, we haven't seen any real 3-wide action here tonight, which is kind of what I suspected. It's not Talladega. We've seen a little bit of 3-wide action, but not much, and it hasn't worked out well when it did, as we do see a little bit going on back there in the middle of the pack. Zooming out the cameras, for the most part, Everybody is up here in this lead pack. Looks like it's, oh no. And there it is, 3 wide action, I believe. Did not work out. Big wreck, under caution here, lap number 33. Set over the caution rewind screen. Here we go, taking a look at the replay. It's going to be a mechanical failure. The number 6, too much tape or front end damage. One or the other. The 6 car blows his motor right in the middle of the pack. And he collects Rick Craddock, poor boy, and several other drivers behind them. Let's get one more look at this. Yeah, the 6 car, his motor just lets go, and he was on the high line, so nowhere for him to go. Not the angle I was going for here. Let's try that one more time. Corey Williams in there. Robert Bokum in there. Blake Warren in there. I think that's the 103 and Nelly in there. A lot of cars involved in this one. Another big wreck, and that'll be the end of the night for Chris Hart, as his motor took a dump. Once again, Wings staying out, leading the lap here. Not that doesn't matter. He's just gonna wait and pit a couple laps later, have extra fuel, as we only have 45 laps remaining in this race. Oh, look at that! Joining us in the chat, it's Aussie Bill. Good day there, Bill. It probably is daytime over there in Australia. Certainly nighttime here in the States. Let's see if we can get a live in-race interview from one of the fastest sim racers I have ever seen. BSR Texan in the booth, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, Texan, what do you think of the second annual Hangover 200 so far? You've been up front most of the night.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to try to stay. It's been eventful so far, that's for sure. That last one there was a little too close for comfort. Apparently there's quite a few guys in here that are actually hungover today.
It's you know, it looked like Larry lost a gear on a restart that took out 30 cars, and then this last one, it looks like Chris Hart lost a motor and took out 15 cars. The mechanical failure is definitely playing a role here in Daytona.
Absolutely, and you know, that's one of the tough things about these restrictor plate tracks where the racing's so close and tight that when an engine failure happens like that in front of so many cars, there's nothing anybody can do. They don't have anywhere to go, and unfortunately you end up with extra cars that end up with some damage and may have a tough time for the rest of this race. But hopefully we'll be able to keep this 201 Drunken Cow Jerky Machine clean and finish somewhere hopefully on the podium and be talking to you later on after the race.
Is the 201 car clean so far?
Yeah, so far I haven't had any contact with anybody, no incidents on pit road, and the car's running great.
All right, well, we appreciate you giving us a couple minutes of your time. We'll let you get back up in there, and looks like we're just coming to closing in on the halfway point, so good luck with the second half of your race.
All right, thank you, Mark, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. All right, here we go. That's the 201 BSR Texan. You see him right there in that original flavored Drunken Cow Jerky car, sitting in second place. I believe he'll be starting on the outside of Bubba J, who is your race leader. College football update. Oklahoma also a field goal. We're in double overtime. Oklahoma has the ball. 4th and 1. Oklahoma, are they going to settle for a field goal here, or are they going to go for it all? Glad to see Kathy Voiles tuning in. One half, I'm sure the better half of Voiles Trucking. Obviously, we have the driver himself, Brian Voiles, in the field here tonight. At least I believe he's in the field. He was in the field. I could have sworn I seen him earlier. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go back to green flag racing here. Lap number 38. Looks like Bubba J actually came down pit road. That turns the lead over to BSR Texan. He'll be on the inside. It'll be Spoiler on the outside. Rick Johnson Pockets making up the second row. Juggalo Quack on the third row. It'll be 43 laps remaining when we take this green flag. Let's see. There's the 10 BSR Chris V back there in 8th place. He was my pick to win the race tonight. Still keeping that 10 car clean and up towards the front of this pack, avoiding a lot of that mid-pack mayhem that we've seen tonight. Pace car heads down pit road. Green flag flies. Texan leads him off into turn number 1. He's got Rick Johnson behind him. Rick Johnson, BSR Texan, going to move up in front of Spoiler, join that high line. You got Juggalo down there on the bottom, leading the low line. Now Spoiler and Pocket's going to move down to the low line. Try to charge up to the front. Spoiler has not led a lap yet tonight. Trying to get up there. Wheeler leading. The high line, though, led by Texan, getting a run. Oh, we see Quack blink out momentarily there. Field starting to spread out once again, as we do have cars with damage who can't keep it up to race pace here. So cars fading back. Texan still your race leader though. Rick Johnson gonna drop to the low side, try to lead at the halfway point. This will be the end of lap number 40. We are halfway home in the second annual Hangover 200. And there it is, Rick Johnson at the line is your race leader at the halfway point. 40 laps remaining. Live from Daytona, Bomb Squad Racing, the second annual Hangover 200. Courtesy of Voiles Trucking. Everything pretty much even here. Rick Johnson now starting to pull a little ahead of Texan. For the most part though, both lines fairly even. Looks like the low line has more cars, but there's also more spread out. And, oh, caution out. Caution is out. Caution here, just past the halfway point of the race. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen and see what brought this caution up.
Drive home me inside.
Taking a look at the replay, it looks like it's going to be Wings and Rick Craddock as well as Larry Yeager involved in this one. Oh, some contact there. Wings in another car collects Rick Craddock. Larry Yeager gets in some of that. Let's get another angle here. Got contact there between Randy Claflin and BSR Wing. 48 gets some, the 53 gets some. DJ Champ gets hit very hard. And so that is why we are under caution here on lap number 43. And in case you missed it, Oklahoma misses a field goal. Georgia punches in a touchdown. Georgia head into the national championship after knocking Oklahoma out. 54-48. Let's switch over to the Alabama-Clemson game. Man, I really hope Clemson wins because it, in my opinion, I don't want to see two SEC teams play for the damn championship. That's just me. Alabama-Clemson, less than 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, still scoreless. OSR Psychosis out here, out front, your race leader right now. See if we can get another live in-race interview here. Let's see, who can we talk to? Blake Warren, no stranger to the airwaves. Blake, how are you enjoying your first Hangover 200?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I thought that tonight was going to go a heck of a lot better. I got some engine damage earlier in the event from getting bumped earlier, so honestly, I'm heartbroken in certain ways. I've been working on this car all night to get it ready for race trim. Thought I had something, and well, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and just I'm either going to go out and run out of gas or go out in a blaze of glory, something along those lines. But as far as the race itself, with just all the different participants, I've certainly enjoyed it. I'm glad that there was a massive field here tonight. Just tough night for me personally.
39 cars in the field tonight. Some very big, epic wrecks. What's it been like in the race channel? A lot of chatter, or has it been pretty quiet?
It's been a massive amount of chatter. The second caution that led to almost the entire field getting wadded up, which I barely avoided. It's been a crazy night. I don't know if there's a full moon out tonight or what, but I've been racing at Bomb Squad for a while now, and I've never seen anything as crazy as this, even in the Draft Masters events. Like, it's never gotten this hectic.
What about, we've seen some mechanical failures here tonight. You still got all 4 gears in your car?
All 4 gears are there, but unfortunately in a solo run, I'm only running like 177, so that's kind of why I'm staying out. I want to see what I can do in the draft. If I've got a shot, then, well, I just need to avoid last place the rest of the night. If I don't have anything, well, I'll either put it behind the wall or I'll just finish for the points or whatever, so just, right now it's experimentation. We're going to see what we can do.
Alright, well, we'll let you get back into that race room, and good luck with the final 35 laps of this race.
Thank you guys very much for putting on the broadcast, and thank you for the luck.
Alright, there we go. Right there is that 16 Motocraft car driven by Blake Warren. That's who we were just talking to. He said he's got heavy damage, and he can't go very fast. But he's about to restart this race in 2nd place. Excuse me. Not 2nd place. Oh no, he is 2nd place. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. He is in 2nd place. He'll be starting on the inside row. Hopefully Texan knows that he can't go very fast. This is going to get interesting with a damaged car starting up here on the front row. You're going to have the 28 of Psychosis, your race leader, starting on the outside. It'll be lap number 47 when the green flag flies. Let's keep an eye on Texan on this restart as he's going to be starting behind Blake. And now some points on the board. Alabama with a field goal. They lead Clemson 3-0. Pony Express pace car makes a hard left, heads down pit road. Here we go. Green flag waved. Looks like Texan is trying to push Blake here. Now Rick Johnson drops in front of Blake Warren. Maybe Blake can stay up to speed being here in the middle of the pack. I don't know. It looks like he's holding up Texan. Up front, Rick Johnson takes over the lead from Psychosis. He's got Quack pushing him. Now here comes Quack. He drops to the low side. The number 8 car, BSR Quack, trying to lead his first lap of the race tonight. Just over 30 laps remaining. Everybody going to be short on fuel. Still need one more pit stop. Here's Chevy up to second place. Highest we've seen him tonight. And there's Chris V, my pick to win, up here in 4th place. We see Blake Warren nowhere to be found on the screen. He's all the way back to 27th. Second to 27th in just 2 laps. That high line really chugging along, starting to pull out quite a bit from that low line. The low line being led by the 510. That's BSR Steven in the 510 car. Juggalo up to 3rd. Alright, here we go. 30 laps remaining in the second annual Hangover 200. Let's head to commercial break one final time tonight. Here it is, Drunken Cow Jerky. We will be right back.
Accept no less than you deserve. Circle of hate you inspired. Self-hate desire makes you a liar. It's not like you've been wrong. No question you're that strong. No words can never hold you down. They said we'd never get it. They said we'd never win. They said we'd never get it. Never doubt me. They said we'd never get it.
I'm Matthew JC. JC All Stars here. This is Drunken Cow Jerky. This is the best jerky in all the land. Trust me.
Never doubt me. It's all a lie. You feel this fight. That's just more fuel for you. Don't lose your mind. It's worth your strife. Take hold. It's all for you.
Back to the race, 28 laps to go. In case you're wondering, yes, I know we're past the halfway point. We've had some cautions. Things have been distracting. No, I have not forgotten about the veteran salute. It's coming. The 510 BSR Steven out there leading this race now. The 028 Monty Keller up to second place. They've got Texan spoiler pockets behind them, and now Steven thought about going to the high line, thinks better of it, stays low. Rick Johnson, Chevy Chase Juggalo leading that second lane. Alright, with all this high-speed action going on, we're under green here, second annual Hangover 200, live from Daytona Beach. As always, it's time for the Pony Express Broadcast Network Veteran Salute. We do this every show that we do. We've always done it. We always will. On behalf of me, myself, and I, thank you to all of the veterans out there, as well as their families, for your service and sacrifice. We hope you enjoy this veteran salute, and we will be right back.
Living off the land, dirty hands and a clean soul. It breaks his heart seeing foreign cars filled with fuel it isn't ours, and wearing cotton we didn't grow. He's got the red, white, blue flying high on the farm, Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. He's just made in America. He loves his wife, and she's that wife that decorates on the 4th of July, but says every day is Independence Day. She's golden rule, teaches school. Some folks say it isn't cool, but she says the Pledge of Allegiance anyway. The red, white, blue flying high on the farm, Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. He won't buy nothing that he can't fix, with WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America. Born in a hot land, raised up a family, King James and Uncle Sam. Semper Fi tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag, and the back it says USA. Won't buy nothing that he can't fix, with WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't prejudiced, he's just made in America. Made in America. Made in America.
Alright, we're back. Still green flag action here in the second annual Hangover 200. That was our veteran salute. As always, thanks to all of the veterans out there for their service. The 510 BSR Steven still your race leader. Monty Keller still running second. They got Texan right behind them. Rick Johnson leading the second lane. I apologize if I sound extra. I know I have a horrible fucking voice, but I apologize if I sound extra nasally right now. I'm bleeding all over the place. I've got a bloody nose. It's winter time here and it is very dry in Colorado. Looks like we've got a 23 car pack as man, 15 cars have retired, including DJ Champ, Blank Warren, Racer X, Doug Lockrow, Poor Boy. Lots of cars retired tonight. Who else? Robbie Jackson, OSR Aaron, OSR Cully, Chris Hart. A lot of cars out of the field so far, and it looks like the 28 of Psychosis about to go a lap down. This could get interesting. Texan to the lead. They're 3 wide. Steven trying to battle back on the low side. Pulls up next to Texan. Looks like the 53 of Chevy Man going to be the next car to go a lap down. Only 20 laps remaining in this race. Any pit stops after this point, you will be good to the end. Wow, look at that run Texan and Rick Johnson have, as they just pull away from the field. Texan still your race leader. He's got Steven and Monty Keller behind him. Then comes Spoiler and Chevy Chase rounding out the top 5. Rick Johnson, BSR Pockets up there in that second lane pretty much by themselves. Touchdown, Alabama. 10-0, end of the first quarter. $16 laps to go. Doesn't appear anybody is going to short pit here. These guys are going to stay out and run it dry before they hit pit road. Here we go. We are going to see pit stops with 15 to go. No, the 10 of Chris V might pick the win. They're wrecking coming out of pit road. The caution is out. caution comes out with 14 laps to go. It'll be 10 or less when we take the green flag again. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen, go back and look at those pit stops once again. Taking a look at the replay, there's 3 wide people trying to get on pit road. Oh, and it just looks like contact with Quack. Wow. The 28 nearly goes airborne. Let's take another look here as the 10 of Steven would actually head down pit road sideways. Excuse me, Chris V. He collects Monty Keller, and they head off into the grass. Rick Craddock in the grass. The 53 of Chevy Man hard into the 10. That's probably going to end any hopes of my pick, Chris V, winning tonight's race. As yes, Chris V has retired. We're going to have to wait here for pit stops and timing and scoring to cycle through, and so we can find out exactly where everybody is at and what kind of race we're going to have here with the final 10 laps. Right now, Quack is your leader, but we still got a lot of things to sort out here. Look at this, the 29 car, Randy Claflin, he pulls up to the front. He's actually on the tail end of the lead lap. Looks like he's probably going to take a wave around here. SS Joba in that 56 being shown as your race leader, followed by the 49 of Brain Fade. Some new people we haven't seen up here in the front tonight. Still gonna have to wait and see any waiver rounds and lucky dogs before we really know what we have here for this final run. Let's see if the lights go out here. They do. So it will be Joba and Brain Fade on the front row. Spoiler and Pockets on the second row. Look at this. Corey Williams and Wings on the second row. Haven't seen Corey up here tonight. It's going to be an 11-lap shootout here when we take this green flag. Eleven laps remaining here in Daytona. Bomb Squad Racing, the second annual Hangover 200. Courtesy of Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking. 11 laps to go. Joba, your leader. Brain Fade on the outside. It's time to reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. One more shout out to drunkencowjerky.com. Be sure to head over there and place your order today. The winner of this race will receive a t-shirt from WLS Graphics, a plaque and all 5 flavors of jerky from Voiles Trucking, and second and third place also going to receive some Drunken Cow Jerky. Pace cars off. Good start for Joba, not so much for Brain Fade. Pocket's going to take it 3 wide. Joba to the lead. Spoiler and Pockets running behind him. Now Spoiler and Pockets going to drop to the inside. Or it's just going to be Spoiler. Pockets going to stay with Joba. Now Pockets is going to go with Spoiler. Wings up to P4. Here comes the 18. Robert Bokum, top 5 first time tonight. Here comes the 88. Corey Williams, top 5 first time tonight. He's got Rick Johnson pushing him. And the caution flies again. Not really sure what this caution is for, but it's going to set up a 6 or 7 lap shootout here. And Spoiler is going to be your race leader when we go back to green flag racing. Let's see if we can get another live in-race report here. Let's see if we can get a word from the number 22 of Rick Craddock. Rick Craddock in the booth, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, man, we've your 22 car has definitely had some airtime tonight.
It has been an interesting night, that's for sure.
I think you may be rethinking that Venom paint scheme, huh?
yeah. It seems like every single time something has happened, I've been right in the middle of it. You know, when I did get close to the front there at one point, then somebody blew their engine and caught me in that, and it's been interesting. It's bumper cars out here tonight.
You may have to go back to the ski soda.
I believe me, I would have, but I didn't have one painted up in the '88 mod, so had to go to this one that I've had for several years.
It seems like that Venom paint job, it has a habit of reaching up and biting you.
Well, it's already ugly, and I think it just tries to hold on to its name, I guess.
So 7 laps to go here. You're in 14th place. Do you have a lot of damage, or are you gonna be able to get that thing up to the front?
I've got just enough damage that I'm able to stay with the draft, but I can't do anything. Unfortunately, at this point, it's a matter of me trying to just push whoever I'm behind a little bit and hope something happens in front of me. I'm at a position where I can't make anything happen on my own, that's for sure.
What's this race been like so far? There, I mean, we've had a 30-car pileup on a restart. What's the mood in the race room been like?
Well, it seems like everybody's been a little more aggressive tonight. I think that may be because maybe it's a little bit of shorter race. People's been doing a lot of bumping, a lot of checking up in the turns. It's just been very active. I mean, you've got to have your head on a swivel, and every single lap you're just really having to pay attention and listen to everybody, talking, and it's been kind of crazy.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a couple minutes of your time. We hate that you've had the luck that you have tonight, but it's Daytona. Anything could happen here with 6 laps to go. You could still get up there and maybe pull a podium off.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if I could finish in the top 10, that's going to be a success. We started with a really fast car tonight, really felt good about it, and things happen, and so at this point, we're just trying to pull the best finish we can. I'd be really happy with the top 10 with the shape we're in.
All right, well, we'll let you get back up there, and good luck with the rest of your race.
All right, y'all take care.
So here we go. It's going to be spoiler on the inside, Joba on the outside. Let's see if the lights come off the next time by, so we'll have a better idea of how many laps to go here. There they go. The lights are out on the pace cars, so that means we will go green. On lap number 75, it will be a 6-lap shootout in the second annual Hangover 200. It's New Year's Day. Can you believe it? It's 2018. Be careful when you write your mortgage check. Make sure you put the right year on the date. By the way, Clemson has responded with a field goal. It is 10-3. Alabama over Clemson. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. But we've got 6 more laps of racing here in Daytona. Bomb Squad Racing, second annual Hangover 200. Pace car's just about to pull off. Can we stay green for the final 6 laps of this race? And who is going to bring home their car in victory lane? Here it is. Pace car's off. Flags in the air. Spoiler getting some push from Pockets in second place. Uh-oh. Brain fade. Kyle going around. That's going to immediately bring the caution out. We may get a 1 or 2 lap shootout to finish this race. And also with less than 10 to go, this is a race back to the line. As you see, they're still wrecking. Because they're racing back to the line. They don't know if we're going to get a 1 lap shootout or not. I believe we are, but... So you just saw Corey wreck out there. We're going to stick with the action here. Watch this race back to the line. Looks like it's going to be Joba Pockets Wings. Should this race be over. But I think we're going to have a 1 lap shootout. Yeah, 5 to go right now. I believe we're going to have a 1 lap shootout. Let's wait and see here. Let's head over to the caution rewind screen. Go back and see what happened. Taking a look at the replay, you're going to see Brain Fade, Psychosis, and Kyle go 3 wide, and it doesn't work out. Brain Fade gets hooked into Kyle, Psychosis, Larry Yeager, Chevy Man, Randy Claflin. And then zoom forward. You see Texan, Quack, Bubba, Corey Williams. These guys, Rick Craddock once again. Those guys reckon as they race back to the line. So that sets us up with what may be a 3 lap, or excuse me, not a 3 lap. There's 3 laps remaining right now. I believe we're gonna have a 1 lap shootout. You got Joba up front, Pockets second, Wings third. That's right, Stevie Ray Vaughan joining us on the Caution Rewind screen tonight. I guess I can finally pull that Kleenex out of my nose. I think my nose has finally stopped bleeding. This is the sacrifice I put into broadcasting these races on blood, sweat, and tears. So lap 79. This is it. This is the moment of truth. The lights have to go out here, or we will not be going green flag racing. Will the lights go out? Will we have a one-lap shootout? These guys are lined up too wide. They're ready. They think we're going to have a shootout. And there it is. The lights do go off. It will be a one-lap sprint to the finish at Daytona in the Hangover 200. It's going to be Joba on the inside, Pockets on the outside, Wing, Spoiler, second row, Rick Johnson, Juggalo, third row, Corey Williams, despite getting wrecked racing back to the line, going to be in the fourth row with Steven. Wow, look at the 22 car. That thing is beat to shit. Here we go. One lap remains. Who's going to get the plaque from Voiles Trucking? Who's going to get the shirt from WLS Graphics? Who is going to get all 5 flavors of Drunken Cow Jerky? And who will bring it home second and third for some jerky as well? One lap remaining. Bomb Squad Racing, second annual Hangover 200. This is it. Even if the caution flag comes out on the restart, these guys are racing back to the line for the win. Pace car's off, green flag's out. That's it. Next flag, they say, excuse me, the green flag doesn't wave. They wave the white flag. Next thing you're going to see is the checkers. Joba to the inside. Wings pushing him. Now Wings. Oh. And they're wrecking behind him. Here it is. It's a 6-car breakaway. Caution flag in the air. Racing back to the line. 3 cars on the inside. 3 cars on the outside. Oh, Wings. Wings into Pockets. Now they're 3 wide. Now Spoiler into Pocket. Now Rick Johnson into Spoiler. And there it is. It's going to be Joba, Wings, Rick Johnson. Oh, Robert Bolcom rolls across the finish line on his roof. Congrats to SS Joba on the win. Wings second place, Rick Johnson third. So SS Joba, your winner of the second annual Hangover 200, gonna come around and perhaps give us a burnout here. Driving that throwback Kellogg's Corn Flakes Chevrolet. And that's it. That's the burnout. Let's head over to Victory Lane for some post-race interviews. Alright, here we are, drunkencowjerky.com, Victory Lane. Time for some post-race interviews. We just concluded the second annual Hangover 200 live from Daytona. Let's talk to our race winner, the number 56, BSR SS Joba. Joba, congrats on the win. Tell us about your race.
Thank you. It was a hectic race, just try to stay out of trouble. Just, try not to get any damage throughout the whole thing and being there at the end. I want to thank Brian Voiles, Trucking, Drunken Cow Jerky, BSR, WLS Graphics, all our sponsors that make this possible. Just basically holding on at the end there.
Now, Joby, you restarted. You were in the lead there. It was just a one-lap shootout. You had to fend off pockets, wings, spoiler. Did you drive that whole lap out of your rear view mirror?
First half of it I did, and then once the field got kind of separated a little bit, I was to stay in the low line. I wasn't going to move from there. That was my plan, was to stay down there and hope they couldn't take me on the outside.
Well, you did a great job. They were wrecking behind you as a lot of blocks were thrown.
I want to thank Wings. He gave me some good help there at the end. I'm glad he stayed with me because that's what helped me get that win.
Looks like you're going to be getting a T-shirt from WLS Graphics as well as a plaque from Voiles Trucking and all 5 flavors of Drunken Cow Jerky. Joba, what's your favorite flavor?
My favorite's hot. Like it on the hot side.
All
but
right.
they're all delicious, so I'll eat it all.
Well, great job. Congrats on winning the second annual Hangover 200, and hope you enjoy all your prizes.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys broadcasting this for us. It's been a lot of fun. Good to finish one of these.
Second place tonight, the number 31, BSR Wings. He's probably painted some of those cars you see out there tonight. He's also going to be getting some Drunken Cow Jerky tonight. Wings, tell us about your race.
Pretty uneventful. I had a great time, and SS helped me last year, so I figured I'd stay and help him this year. Watch it.
Now, Wings, we know you do a great job painting. Now, did you paint some of those cars out there?
Oh, I painted loads of them. Yes, I did. I picked out about 6 or 7 of them right off the bat. I painted SS's, I painted Pocket's car, I painted my own, of course. I painted Chevy's car, I painted, oh my God, lots of them out there.
Well, you do a great job. You and Scar do really good work here. Painting cars at BSR, you're going to be getting some jerky as well. I don't know how much or anything like that, but what's your favorite flavor of Drunken Cow Jerky?
Anything but the Ghost, because the Ghost I can just look at the bag and break out in a sweat. Really can. That's some hot stuff, man. It's really good jerky, though. Very good. Very good. I like the regular myself. That's my favorite.
Well, great job. Congrats on the second place finish. Any shout outs you want to give tonight?
No, not really. I'd like to give a shout out to you guys and everything like that, and Brian and Kathy Voiles for putting this on, and did a great job again this year, and I hope it continues on. And thank BSR and all my teammates.
All right, that's second place finisher Wings. Third place finisher not here, so we'll give that interview to BSR Pockets. Pockets, you were nearly on the podium. Tell us about your race.
Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I'm kind of confused because I'm listening to the interview, and it's kind of tough here. Hang on just a second. All right, here we go. Oh, y'all caught me by surprise. Third place didn't make it, Ricky J.
He's not here.
And that was tough. Some close quarters racing there. Got a little fender action. Tossed me up the track. Tried to get my position back. Me and Spoiler made contact. Hard racing. Clean racing. That's the way it is. One to go. Everybody's up on that wheel trying to get that drunken cow jerky. And that plaque from Brian Voiles, Kathy Voiles, everyone at Voiles Trucking. So that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. I'll take a 6th place. Walk out of there. Ain't nobody mad at me. So that's a good night for the 38 team.
It was certainly an eventful night. A lot of cars with damage there at the end. Were you able to keep it clean all night?
I didn't have a scratch on my car until the very end there, and I just got a little bit of Cheeto dust on the side of it, and got together with Greg Fuller 41 Trogdon there. He was jamming on the Pantera, so I got a good earful of that. But other than that, I think I brought it home pretty good. Mark Heyman, Richard Heyman, all the fine folks at Drunken Cow Jerky will be glad I didn't tear their equipment up for them. So come home 6th place, we'll take that.
It certainly could have been worse. It looked like Bokum came across the line on his lid.
Yeah, I knew that I had time to block Robert there, and we were laughing about it. He said he would go ahead and just put the bumper to me there since I blocked him, but he knew we were going to be across the line. So, but he ended up getting the worst of that. So that's what I told Rick Johnson earlier. He told me he put on 65 tape. I told him I only had 60 tape on, but I put 65 tape on my bumper.
Well, it was a great race. It was certainly eventful. A hell of a one-lap shootout there at the end to bring it home. The second annual Hangover 200. Any final shout-outs you got before we close this up?
I want to give a shout-out to everybody that came out to race tonight. First race of the year for Bomb Squad Racing. Special thanks to Brian and Kathy Voiles at Voiles Trucking. They are doing a tremendous job for sim racing in general, and especially Bomb Squad Racing. I want to thank our co-op partners, Old School Racing and the Draft Masters. Together, we're working hand in hand to put on the best sim racing and NASCAR racing 2003. I want to thank, of course, the official sponsor of Bomb Squad Racing and the sponsor of the number 38 Hot team, Drunken Cow Jerky. Visit drunkencowjerky.com for the finest craft-made whiskey and beer-soaked beef jerky on the planet. WLS Graphics, Tim Scarborough, for offering up a prize, and he does a lot of graphic work, not only for us, but officially for Drunken Cow Jerky. Real Tech, Hello Sunshine, Hello. The Medicine Chest in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Our good buddy RJ Rusty up there. He's snowed in and got a lot of business going on, so he wasn't able to join us tonight. We'll give a shout out to him. Congratulations to my good buddy SS Jobel, one of my longest friends in racing. Good to see him come across the line and get that victory. Wings painted my car for me. Good to see him finish in 2nd place. Glad everybody came out and had a good time. Thanks to Pony Express Broadcast. Thanks for all you do, Mark. It's been great. Great broadcast. You've done a great service for us, a great service for sim racing, and that's about all I got.
All right, so there you have it. Bomb Squad Racing, live from Daytona, the second annual Hangover 200, courtesy of Voiles Trucking. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to head over to drunkencowjerky.com, place an order today. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.